26 says to approximate the length of a marsh, a surveyor walks 425 meters from point A to point B. So he's point A to point B, 425. The surveyor turns 65 degrees and walks 300 meters to point C. So now that 65 is where he turns and walks, so it's on the outside. And then the 300 is how far he works there. Approximate the length of the marsh. So we're trying to find the length of side AC. If you wanted to name them, this would be your A, this would be your B, and this would be your C. And you've got side. Technically, we don't have the angle in here yet, but we can find it, right? Because these two add up to 180. So if I did 180 minus 65, I get 115. Now I've got side angle side. So I want to use cosine. So B squared would equal the square root of A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine B. So I get square root. Your A, oh, not B. B is equal to the square root of that. A is 300. C is 425 minus 2 times 300 times 425 times the cosine of 115. And I get 826.88. This time it's in feet. No, it's in meters. Sorry, it would be meters. Any other questions from the first page? All right, page. Any questions? Now this is 6-3 and 6-4. So continuing with the vectors, the vector in the same direction. And this one is in the same direction, but it's a unit vector. Remember, you also need to know how to find it if the magnitude is different. Like if it said the magnitude is 10, then I would use the unit vector process to find the vector, and then at the end I would multiply by 10. So you got to know how to do both those things. Yep.
For the one where it's like finding the angle between two vectors.
Yep.
Is it going to go both ways?
What do you mean?
Like they'll give you the angle. Sometimes like in both these they don't give you the angle. Because I remember.
The angle between, they'll never give you the angle. They always give you the two vectors. The one where you got the angle was if it said, you know, like here's the magnitude of u, let's say it's 10, and the angle it makes with the x-axis is like 45 degrees. That one you're saying? So that's 10 cosine 45, 10 sine 45. Those you got to know how to do too.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, third page. Now we're into the end of 6-4 and 6-5. Questions on any of those? So first of all, they both say find area. Depending on what you're given would determine what you use. For the first one, I give you all three side lengths. So this is Heron's formula. S equals A plus B plus C divided by 2. And then the area equals the square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. Most of you got that right. Just be careful because there's some mistakes, okay? Number 2, the biggest mistake is making the sign cosine. There is no area formula in which we use the cosine. It is 1/2 the product of the sides times the sine of the included angle. And then it should round to 34.69. But if you're going to switch from law of cosine to law of sines, you have to find the biggest angle first, which means you'd have to start with B. If you find the other two, then what happens is you're actually creating like an ambiguous case that does not exist. It's wrong. It's not like it could be there. It's that it's wrong. So my advice is do law of cosines for both of these. 1, you're not using anything that's rounded. You're using the initial given stuff, so it's more accurate. But 2, the order then wouldn't matter. So law of cosines, I started with A and then I did B. But again, if you were going to switch from cosines to sines, you had to start with B and then you could switch. Okay, so angle between formula is 1 you have to know, right? The cosine of theta equals the dot product over the magnitude of each being multiplied together. So the dot product of u and v, that's this work up here, it's 7 times a -4 plus -2 times 6, -28 minus 12, so -40 is your dot product. And then the magnitude of u is the square root of 7 squared plus negative 2 squared, so I get the square root of 53. The magnitude of v is the square root of 4 squared plus 6 squared, so 16 plus 36, I get the square root of 52. And then in the calculator, you're going to cosine -1, negative 40 over the square root of 53 times the square root of 52. And again, you could keep one square root and keep the product underneath. It doesn't matter, but that should be your angle, 139.64. Then number 5, so remember that there's two things when you're dealing with vectors in the same direction. You've got a unit vector in the same direction, or you've got a vector with a given magnitude in the same direction. They start the same way. You want to find a unit vector in the same direction, which means you put the component form, which is that negative 2, 6, over its magnitude, the magnitude of that vector, which is the square root of 2 squared plus 6 squared, which is square root of 40. And that simplifies to 2 root 10. Then you've got to split this. So it'd be negative 2 over 2 root 10 and 6 over 2 root 10. We're going to rationalize, but I would simplify first. So 2 and 2 cancel. That's really just a negative 1. So negative 1 over root 10. And then 2 goes into 6 3 times, and that's 3 over root 10. And then we rationalize. So we multiply by root 10 in the top and the bottom. And our unit vector is negative root 10 over 10 and 3 root 10 over 10. So if it had just asked for a unit vector in the same direction, that would have been my answer. But it's not. It's saying now change that vector to have a magnitude of 5. So at the end, I'm going to take that 5 and I'm going to multiply it times both. So negative 5 root 10 over 10 and 15 root 10 over 10 would be the vector in the same direction as u with a magnitude of 5.
To simplify that?
Yeah, sorry, I would keep going. Simplify it. This goes here, 3 and 2. So negative root 10 over 2, and then 3 root 10 over 2. Which I could have just simplified like when I multiplied in, but yes, you want to simplify. Questions? Okay, keep working. All right, so 6 says find the component form given that the magnitude of u is 32 and the angle it forms with the x-axis is 45 degrees. So component form means we're going to actually multiply the magnitude by the cosine of the angle and then the magnitude times the sine of the angle. So 32 cosine 45 and 32 sine 45. 45 degrees is the coordinate point. That's root 2 over 2 and root 2 over 2. And then we multiply and simplify. You should get 16 root 2 and 16 root 2. And then number 7 is the trig form of the complex number. So there's two parts to it. The first is the radius. So the radius is equal to the square root of a squared plus b squared, or x squared plus y squared, however you want to call it. Square root of negative 8 squared plus 8 squared, square root of 64 plus 64, square root of 128. That breaks down into 8 root 2. Then the second part of it is trying to figure out the angle. So because negative 8 has a negative x and a positive y, this would be in the second quadrant. So you would also obviously need to know how to plot these points. So I know I'm picking the theta from the second quadrant. Tan of theta is y over x, or 8 over negative 8, which is negative 1. Tan is 1 at the over 4s, and I want the over 4 in the second quadrant, which is 3 pi over 4. And then this is the format we write that answer in. R times the cosine of that theta, which is 3 pi over 4, plus I times the sine of theta, which is 3 pi over 4. Questions for me on any of the class kick? Okay, so I'm going to